Well, we'll get to the phone lines and speak to Ernest Ortsin. He's also with the Coalition of CSOs in HIV and AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. Mr. Ortsin, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Yes, thank you, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening to you too. Well, you are very unhappy with the fact that we have some extra containers at the ports that have not been cleared. You've been raising concerns about how medication in there would have a dire consequence on our healthcare delivery. The health ministry rather says that there's no medication in those containers. All we have there are treated nets, mosquito nets, basically. So what exactly is your worry then?
Thank you very much, and a very good evening to your listeners. My first reaction is, if what we have in there are mosquito nets, why should the mosquito net be at the port for more than 1 year? Is it that as a country we have no use for the mosquito net? A donor agency has given you free mosquito nets for your people, and you keep them at the port for 1 year, and your only response is that they are only mosquito nets, and so there's no big deal. How is that a response? I can tell you on authority that the containers there contain TB medications and then also anti-malarial medications. So the containers there have TB medications and then malaria medications as well.
What proof do you have? Because the ministry says they do not contain any form of medication, just mosquito nets, which will be cleared next week, by the way.
The last time they cleared 14 containers, that was in April 12th. And then they said they were going to clear the remaining containers within 1 week. It's been 8 long weeks and the containers are there. So why would you want to believe if somebody tells you that they're going to clear the containers next week? Why? Between April 12th and now, what has happened? What hasn't happened? Why are the containers still there at the port?
Well, the response from the health ministry is that, well, they're following some processes. There are other things that need to be done. And in fact, this is not the only consignment from Global Fund. Global Fund has still been sending stuff which have also already been cleared. But from your group, you are still insisting that there's medication in there for malaria and TB and HIV and all of that. And so you have indicated that you're going to demonstrate because you do not trust government to keep to its word to clear the remaining containers by next week. Is that the case?
The point is that besides being a member of the Ghana HIV and AIDS Network and the president of the network, I also represent the Global Fund here in Ghana in my capacity as the acting chairperson for the country coordinating mechanism of the Global Fund. I can tell you on authority that 2 weeks ago, we were in Geneva with the health minister, the Ghana Health Service Director General, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, both the chairperson and then the ranking member. We were in Geneva together. And the Global Fund told us that they are very unhappy with these commodities at the port, and that if they are not cleared, they are going to stop funding Ghana. Why would I come and make up such a story and mention the names of these persons who are part of the delegation? Government should just clear the commodities. And we don't understand why the health ministry will be putting up a defense against something like this. What processes do you need to go through for 1 whole year to clear containers? What processes at all? What processes again do you need to go through, and it has to take you 1 whole year to clear containers? What processes? What processes, my brother? What kind of processes are that? So that takes 1 whole year. Please, we should stop playing games. Let's just clear the containers. They contain TB medication. As I speak to you, please do your independent check. Go to any health facility, do your independent check, and find out whether they have stock of TB medication. Please do your independent check. Why would we make up stories? To what end? Why?
Right. So what was the way forward in all of this now?
Well, we are going back to the earlier plan we had. Earlier on, we had said we are going to organize a demonstration, but then government intervened, and then we saw those 14 containers cleared, with the assurance that within 1 week, all the remaining containers will be out. 8 long weeks, the containers are still there. So we are going to demonstrate to send a petition to the president. He has intervened in this matter. And looking at the way the health ministry is behaving, we may have to even call for a full-scale probe into this matter, because it beats one's imagination why the health ministry would take this kind of posturing. You have been getting commodities for your people, clear them. It's in 1 year, and you are saying you are going through processes. Which processes, my brother? Which processes? Which processes? This is not fair. This is not right. We shouldn't be doing this to Ghanaians. This is unacceptable.
Well, Mr. Ortsin, thank you. We'll definitely follow up more on this, but we're grateful for your time this evening. So that's Ernest Ortsin, and you can clearly understand his frustration at the answers we are getting from the Ministry of Health on the content of those containers supplied by the Global Fund to us here in Ghana. And they've been sitting at the ports for over a year. Well, we are told by the Health Ministry that by next week, all the remaining containers should be cleared because they contain mosquito nets, so it shouldn't be a big deal to clear them. But the affected CSOs say, well, that cannot be true. The Health Ministry is peddling false.